I've always kind of known it, but I went to that paragon of analytical rigor and Googled the compensation of the top 10 college football coaches. Now, that's not the top 10 in terms of their performance, but the top 10 in terms of their compensation. Now, I won't bore you with the details because this is just a lead in for a point I want to make a little bit later on in this video, but I will summarize. Did you know the top 10 college football coaches make between $4 and $7 million per year? Now, I don't know how many coaches there are, but there's a bunch of them. So what does that say about the ones who weren't in the top 10? Are they substandard? Well, actually, yes. Some of them, but very few. Are they not good men? Well, I would venture to say that would be true of precious few of them, just like any other profession, including lawyers and doctors and law enforcement officers and the like. You know, a college football coach, though, is a whole lot more than just a coach. For one, he has to inspire and equip his team to greatness and perfection. Two, he has to recruit, he has to hire, he has to train, and then, most importantly, retain his staff of assistant coaches. And I might add, with a very limited budget in many cases. In addition to that, he has to be the general manager of a substantial business enterprise. Yes, football is, among many other things, a business enterprise. You know, and he has to be like a father figure to those young men that are entrusted to his care. You know, in many ways, that sounds a lot like a pastor, doesn't it? Think about it. A pastor must be an inspiring preacher 52 weeks a year, not just for a week during revival, but all 52 weeks of every year. The pastor must manage a staff, and again, in many cases, with a very limited budget. And the pastor is the general manager of, in fact, a significant financial enterprise, a business. And of course, the pastor must be a shepherd to his congregation. By the way, I'm using he in the general corporate sense here. And on top of that, by the way, he's got to be a good husband and a good father. You know, the probability of finding all of these qualifications in a single man is extremely remote. And you know what? Even if you found such a person, you wouldn't have them very long. You've got lots of competition out there willing to pay big bucks to snag them away. You know, we expect a lot from our pastors, and we should. But we should also realize that no one person can reasonably be everything all the time on our list. We demand that our pastor, be there for us to minister in every way for our every need, as we pay lip service to the notion that he should equip the saints. If we're in the hospital and let's say that armies of people, brothers and sisters in Christ, come to view you at our bedside, and the pastor doesn't, somehow we feel shortchanged, that the pastor didn't do his job. We forget that the job of the pastor is to equip the saints, to send all the ones that did come by. Oh well. By the way, who's being a pastor to the pastor? You think he doesn't have real needs too? Overall, they're doing a good job with very limited resources in most cases. Let's show some appreciation for our pastors. Well, those are my thoughts for today. I would welcome the opportunity for you to share your thoughts, and please do so on the space provided on this page. And you can also connect with me on Twitter. I am at Data Genesis. I also maintain a text version of this video that is in fact the talking point notes that I use. And the address to that text blog is above on your screen. And you know what? I love being part of a team. Some of them even call me the coach. But I don't do this by myself. There are a group of men and women, mature Christians, that share inspiring and uplifting devotionals and thoughts for you. And if you would like to find out more about their ministries, subscribe to this YouTube channel.